Nah, I mean, listen, because like really growing up, these are the people that I grew up singing. Like I grew up singing their music, so there is parts of me that I understand that sound like this person because I've listened to these people my whole life.
Yeah.
But then there's also like I do a fucking mean Michael Jackson impersonation. I do a mean fucking Neo impersonation. I do a hell of a good Trey Songz impersonation. Like I do them.
Like, oh my God, we gonna see that here or? I always like one of my favorite artists of all time was always Maxwell.
Dude.
Maxwell's my favorite.
I used to see Maxwell every day at a job, and he just be walking in regular.
Yeah, he's
I'm like, you Maxwell, bro. Oh damn! There's one song that I do of his, like the opening really good. I don't like doing covers though.
Right.
And the reason I don't like doing covers is because like I don't want people to fall in love with the cover and not me. Like I don't want them to fall in love with the cover and not my music.
Yeah, covers are usually there just to draw attention to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people like a song and then they just want to hear different versions of that song.
And I would prefer the attention come directly from my original music as opposed to coming from the cover itself. It's like, yeah, they say like all attention is good attention. Nah, like I don't want you to love me for just the cover, and then you're like, because then I'm like, all right, well, what am I making music for?
That's a fact.
You know, but like if you love my original music, then it's only incentive for me to kind of like keep pushing, keep harder. I mean, I love my original music, so I'm never gonna stop. But like in regards to like putting it out publicly, like I need to know there's a reason for me to do this. If not, like, you know, then I'm gonna keep it to myself. But like, fuck, I forgot what I was going to do. But in the aspect of like the cover thing, You Rock My World, that's like, I do the...
I used to know that whole dance too.
Oh my God, him and Chris?
Yeah, I was a Michael Jackson head.
Oh man!
I was definitely a Michael Jackson head.
Bro, my teacher, Miss Craft, R.I.P. Miss Craft, she was my English teacher. Sixth grade, I'd always get bullied during lunchtime. So she let me hang out in her classroom at lunch and we watched 106 in Park. Or we play like whatever records she had in the classroom. Yeah. And I remember the White CD. I remember the Invincible album, bro. And we would literally, the class used to hate me, but every time You Rock My World ended, run that shit right back. Yeah. It's the opening lines. My life will never be the same. So, my life will never be the same. This girl you came and changed the way I walk. He kills that way out. So yeah, I mean, like I get, like I could always tap into those artists, but it's like they don't help me and become a better singer. My mentor, the best advice I've ever received in music, she said everybody can sing, not everybody can make songs. And I was like,
I sing in the shower.
Singing is a muscle. Yeah. It's like you can learn to sing. You know that scene from Step Brothers where they homie's going off with his family like hit it out. You can learn to sing. Anybody can learn to sing. I haven't learned how to sing yet. I have a voice.
Nah, you can sing, bro.
I appreciate it. But
you sing.
The skill of learning. You get me? Like it's
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like I mean, I can play football too, but am I pro at it? You know, like
that same thing. I play football too, but you know
what position?
Wide receiver.
Ah man, I got to line up against you, bro.
I seen you playing on lacrosse the other day too.
I played it all, bro. I did. I started with baseball. Did Little League.
That's crazy. I started with baseball too. I was more of I have more of a baseball mind than a physical baseball mind. I played baseball like 1 year, and then they turned me into a coach the next year. Like, you're not technically good at baseball, but you know baseball. Like, you know the fundamentals of baseball. You're just not physically capable of doing it.
Did they put me in like left field?
And I was like, all right.
Wait, was it?
I played literally every position in baseball. Like literally every position in 1 year.
Where does the ball not go? It's left field, right?
In the outfield.
Like left field, right? But like primarily, like if you hit righty, you're probably gonna hit the ball to the right, right? So most of the batters are righty. They put me in the left field. They was just like, stay out there, don't play, bro.
I play literally every position: shortstop, back cat.
I wish, position, bro. I like seeing them catching, like pop it out of the glove and then catching it. Yeah, I wish. I used to be like fourth string pitcher.
Yeah, still to this day, I'm like, I have a love-hate relationship with baseball.
I can play it. I can watch it live. I cannot sit and observe it.
I've been to basketball and baseball, I just go to those games because they're cheap. They're cheap, and I just go. But my sport is definitely football.
Football all the way, man.
Football, hockey.
I play DB. So like I said, yeah, we can line up. Yeah. No, but I did football, first baseball, then football. I was always terrible at basketball. Then I did wrestling, lacrosse, and swimming.
Yeah, same for me. I played baseball, then I did basketball, which I hated. And then from basketball, I did football and tennis around the same time. And then,
I feel you. All right, we gotta line up. We gotta do that.
I recorded it all. I get the drone footage and all.
Hey, listen, let's do it.
Definitely do it.
Oh man, but yeah, so yeah, like I mean, sports has been a major part of my life. Like it's been.
You saying that ties into the music too, because it's a dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, when I used to make like highlight films for like my school. Just like players, and then I would do like wedding videos and stuff like that. But I would just love like tying music to it. Yeah. And then I would always think about like my own highlight film. I never had highlight film. We didn't have a recorder back then. And
that's a fact. I didn't get no highlights.
Yeah, I got like one tape, bro. I got one tape, and I'm holding on to it dearly. But like I always used to think like when I would submit my videos to schools, and be like, yo, what song would I put on my highlight tape if I had one? And I'd be like, yo, I don't really listen to like, I mean, growing up in a Muslim home, like I don't feel comfortable listening to like half the music that's out nowadays. Yeah. Like I just don't like the way they talk about women. I don't like the way they talk about themselves. I don't like the way like any of it. But then I find those gems, and I'm like, all right, cool. I would like something like that for my music, like for my videos. So that I would like music.
You need not the whole song, but a nice pocket. That you could put onto the highlight film.
You know? Dude, that's what I'm notorious for.
So like small pockets, like that's why I say you want to get into hooks and stuff. Like that.
So like I do a jam session every Monday. I go to a jam session every Monday. I never miss it. I go there faithfully. It's at New Blue on the Lower East Side, and it's an improv jam session. So like the musicians get up there. We have no clue what they're gonna play, and we have no clue what the hell we're gonna say. Just get up there and just do whatever. And I'm coming up with full songs, bro. Like with the whole band behind me, and they're doing different stuff, and I'm catching their flow. But what I do is like one thing I think I'm really great at is finding the drop of the beat before I can feel it before it even comes. It's like my body feels it, and then my voice hits the drop perfectly. So like when the chorus comes in, I got hooks for days, bro. Like hooks for days, and it's like. I don't write them down. I don't remember them. I just spit them out.
When it comes, it comes. Like it's good to have that repertoire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, dude, I don't know how I do it, but I wish I could put words to it. Like I can find words in it, but putting words to it. Like coming out with the words, like off rip. There's this singer I love, who I admire dearly. I watch her every week Monday. She's there. Her name is Camilla. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I watch her every Monday, and I sit and I watch, and the DJ compares her to Jay-Z, and she is like Jay-Z, where she just freestyles a whole song. You got a verse, you got a chorus.
That's interesting.
And I watch that, and that's my goal. I'm like, all right, if I could come up with the whole thing, because sometimes it takes me like 2 seconds to put the song together. Yeah. Sometimes it takes me like 5 months, and I'm like, all right, damn, that's a long time. But the practice and the effort with the wordplay would only make that better. Yeah. So my goal is to aspire to be as proficient as that, to be like, all right, these are my words, this is what I got. Because I'll come up with the melody, and then the producer will be like, you want to put words to that? And I'll be like, yeah, I'll see you in a week, bro. I'll see you in a week. I mean, it's been like 3 weeks, so I got to call you.
No, it is, man. It's just... Perfection is a drug too. I'm trying to get everything perfect.
Yeah, that's what slowed me down. Yeah. Honestly, that's really what slowed me down.
That's what slowed me down with this, my podcast endeavor. I just decided to just do it. Like when you get a good group of people behind you that push you, that I feel like you can't fail with a good group of people behind you. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, one, they won't allow you, and you won't allow yourself to, especially if you care about those people.
And people that actually like. Don't necessarily see your talent, but know your talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That know you can be better. That's why, like, you know, the people that I have around me. Shout out to Brandon, Eve.
Shout out to Brandon.
Yo, real life, like a lot of this wouldn't be possible without him. Because I always wanted to start the podcast, and he just put the bug in me, you know, start the podcast. You know what I mean? So
there it is.
So it's a nice balance that we have.
I'm thankful that you having me on your show.
Yeah, I would love to have you back too, man. Like, you know, like definitely. Like, we gotta link up with my peoples too, man.
Nah, for sure.
Definitely make some music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I like. This is what this is about, man. It's like getting people together. You know what I mean? Because different creative mediums, like. We met on something very weird. Like,
it's like, yo, is that a red camera?
I literally just finished the shoot, was coming home, tired as hell, and he stopped me. Like, yo, is that a red camera? I'm like, I wish. I wish it was a red camera. And from there, it was just like, yo, it's, you know, a dope connection. You know?
Yeah.
And that's something you could keep for a lifetime. You know?
No, for sure. I mean, like, that's really what I'm focusing on right now is building a strong community around me.
Yeah.
And it don't even always have to be, I gotta work with you, I wanna work with this person, I wanna work with that person. But it's more so like I admire what you do and I respect your hustle.
Yeah.
Like I know musicians who I don't play instruments, like the way they play instruments. Like they play. That's their life, they practice. My voice is my instrument. But the dedication and the hard work that they put into it, the numbness of their fingers, I respect that. Like I respect it wholeheartedly, and I want to be around that drive because it's only going to push me to be better myself. Like my video guy, he shot my first video, Flacco. He'll call me, be like, "Yo, you haven't done X, Y, Z. What's going on? You okay?" Because we made some deals, like we made some promises to each other, and I'm gonna hold you to keep that promise, and you're gonna hold me to keep mine, and we're gonna keep pushing each other until we get there.
I fully respect that.
And I'm like, that's the only type of energy I need around me right now. It's like, let's push each other, let's move
so
each
much
other.
easier to get to the top, you know what I mean?
And we can all do it together. They teach us that we can't, and it's like, nah, there's enough.
That's why I'm here to highlight people, man, because, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need that little boost, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I always like just tell people I believe in them, show them I believe in them.
Yeah.
Even if I may not be a fan of it. I may not be a fan of someone else's music. I mean, they may not be a fan of mine, but I still believe in what you're doing.
That's a fact.
Because if you believe in you, it's only gonna make me believe in you. Oh, if you don't believe in you, then nobody gonna believe in you. But like, if you believe in you, like you'll find the people that's like, yo, get on that.
You can see certain people that just need that push. Like they know what they want to do, they know they can do it, but they just need somebody to reassure them. You know?
Yeah, I think all creatives are innately insecure. I think we all are innately insecure.
Of course.
It's because these are our feelings, these are our emotions, these are the things that we took our time with, and now we're about to share them with someone else. Like that can be
scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Scary. That's scary for me. Every week posting these freaking podcasts, I'm just like, oh my god.
That is yo, dude. 5 months. I wrote a song in Costa Rica, and I was in love with it. So happy, and I'm still in love with the song, very much so.
Yeah.
And I've been terrified to put it out, and it's not even on some like it's bad. No, I think it's so fucking good. But we talk about affirming.
Yeah.
And I don't want to affirm. Like I'm terrified to affirm what it'll be.
That's scary too. Some people are like take you out of it. Some people are afraid of success too. Like what comes with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like you can go from yesterday no one knew your music to you drop your song tomorrow, and then Saturday you're the hottest person in the world. You know what I mean? It moves that quickly this day and age. Like with social media and the way the world is set up, and that's scary.
It's terrifying.
It's scary. It's like people that win the lotto. That shit's scary. Like they do it and they don't necessarily think they're gonna win. You know what I mean?
No.
It just becomes a forced habit, and then when they win, it's like, shit, fuck up now. Like.
See, this the next one I have is like, I'm so confident in it. I know I'm winning. Like before I even put it out, it was like, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to make people feel. The way this song makes me feel is how I was like, I got it. The way I make music, or the way I think about music, or the way I look at this whole thing as a business on my music, and I won already. I own my music. I made my music. It's mine. I'm keeping it.
I respect that.
5-10 years down the line, some kid is going through a crate. I mean, not a real crate because you're gonna have like, but you know, some kid is going through it. He's the hottest producer of this year, and he finds my song and he's like, "Yo, I want to sample that." Cha-ching! You smell me? Like that's the way I look at music. Because I look at music like my assets.
Samples is a whole nother. Like because I'm not into like I listen to music obviously.
Yeah,
I love music, but I'm not like behind the scenes with it. I don't know much about like mixing and mastering and all that, but samples, it's different.
It's my favorite part of music.
Samples are different.
It's one of my favorite parts of music.
My favorite artist is Kanye West.
Okay,
so
that through the wire. Shaka Khan.
Samples is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, the things you can create with a sample is riveting.
I think I'm a fan of Shaka because of Kanye.
Yeah.
I heard through the wire first.
Yeah.
And then my grandfather put the record on, and I was like, Shaka Khan, who this? I mean, she looked just like SZA too. So I mean, SZA looked just like her or whatever. But I was just like, yo, that's super. Like but the sample was like through the wire, and I was like, oh, I thought she was saying through the fire, and it's through the wire, and I was like through the fire, and I was like, oh, okay, I got it wrong. Got it wrong. But now, I mean, like. That's the way I look at it. It's like my music don't have to be the biggest thing tomorrow. It don't gotta be the biggest thing today. I got the people that love and listen to my music, and I know it's good music. And that's all I can affirm is I want to just keep making good music. Like I want my music to get better and better and better than where I am now. Because I'm like, I love where I'm at musically. Like as far as what I put out, I just want to get better. Like, and if that,
I think a lot of people could resonate with that sentiment.
Yeah, like if that's
I just want to get better.
Yeah, like I just want to get better. Like, I think about where I started in 2020. I started this in like March of 2020, probably maybe February, and I had all my equipment. I was ready to roll, and I just was like, I just want to make something. I just want to make something. And if I can finish it, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, all right, I could make something. Now what I want to make, like I want to make a disco song today, or I want to make a rock song. You get me? Like for me, I take pride in just knowing that I can make it now.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. Because like I don't know, like everybody wants to be like the star and that's cool, don't get me wrong. I like being on stage. I like being in the center. I have not sung background yet, and I'm like hoping to get that experience to kind of learn how to do it. But like, yeah, everybody wants to be in the center of the stage. But there's so many different components around the stage that you can learn from. I watch the sound guys set up. I watch the musicians set their instruments up. I watch every little thing because I'm like, all right, cool. If I get put in this situation, my first show that I got paid for, nobody was there, no sound guy, no nothing. And I had to put the speakers together. I'm like, how do you do this? And I'm trying to figure it out. But like watching everyone else do all of their jobs, at least I get like a bit of it.
Yeah.
Like some frame of reference. And I'm like, all right, I can kind of like, all right, these chords look exactly like the chords in the back of the speaker.
Yeah,
so I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's like me. I'm always like paying attention to what's going on. Like, especially in productions, like you got the mic guy and stuff like that. I'm always paying attention. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, what advice you got for people that's like coming up that wants to like make music or that wants to any like creative person that's trying to get their medium out there?
Walk like you already made it. Like walk like you made it. I think the first person that ever asked me that question, and I'm saying this from somebody who has like 1,700 followers, not 17. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like. Not 1.7 mil. First time someone asked me if I made it, I was like on a balcony on vacation. This woman, she barely spoke any English. She's like, one time I saw Niyo, and she's like, this is what her accent. I saw Niyo. She's like, I just got to touch him. And she's like, I just got to touch him. She's so happy. And she goes, did you make it? And I was like.
That's a deep question.
I was like, you know what? I was like, I made music. I did what I set out to do. I was like, I made it. everything I've ever set out to do, I fucking did. Like, and it may not be on the grandest of scales, but when I first got into it, I guess the thing I would say, the advice I would say is celebrate every single win. Because when I first started recording music, it was like, it sounded terrible. And then I'm like, oh my God, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like a song.
Yeah.
Oh my God, now it sounds like a song, but it needs this. Oh my God, oh wait, it's finished? Wait. I'm like, oh, I got a show? It's only 5 people there? What? I have a show.
Shit.
I got a show. Like, oh, I'm getting paid for this? Ain't nobody here? I'll sing to this empty floor. Like, I don't care.
Start.
But it's like,
start.
Yeah, I think celebrate every win, every small, every big win. Every win is a big win. Like, you getting started is a big win. You getting out of bed is a big win. Like, all that stuff is, because nobody else is doing it. Like, everybody could do it if they wanted to, but everybody don't really.
Yeah, everybody got their own path. You know what I mean? Yep. You gotta complete your path.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, yo, listen,
celebrate every win.
Anybody could pick up the camera. Anybody could take a photo, right? Who's gonna put in the time to really learn the craft? You get me? Anybody can go in and sing a song. Anybody can go in and sing someone else's song that they wrote for them and make it a hit song. Yeah. Because it was already a hit song before you started singing it. Like, all that stuff is possible, but are you willing to put in the work to learn all of it? You know, like I don't make as much music. I haven't been making as much music. I kind of feel guilty about it. But I'm learning how to make better music. Yeah. Like, I can sit around and keep making the same stuff that I'm making. And I love it. Yeah. But I'm like, I haven't evolved. Like, personally, my music may have changed. My music may have gotten better over time. But me as a person, I'm like, well, I haven't learned a new skill yet. So I guess I'll hold off on this until I finish this one.
I feel like skills are really crucial too.
Yeah.
Just especially in this day and age with the way the world is, and we ain't gonna get into the COVID and all of that.
No. But I mean, there's so many skills that translate into other stuff. You look at audio engineering, and nobody thinks about movies and the audio broadcast in the background. Nobody thinks about TV. Nobody thinks about any of this stuff. All these skills that we learn as creators.
How much? You might have a movie with 30 actors, but it's like 1,000 people behind those screens.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, and also, it's like these skills translate, and I want to learn them all. I don't want somebody to be like, you know, like, I mean, it's gonna take me some time. We're probably gonna be old and gray by the time I get all of it. Yeah. But I think that would make.
There's no time frame. You know? No. I'm starting this, and I'm old.
Dude, I just started music. We just talked about this. Like, I'm pushing 30, and like, you know, some people like.
I'm 30 right now.
I got a few more months to go. Yeah. But I'm pushing 30, and you know, I look at kids. I've been singing my whole life. My whole life I've been wanting to be like, yo, I got a song out. My whole life I wanted to do that. Now I finally, damn, at 30, I finally have one. And I'm like, yo, fuck, I'm doing it. One of my favorite artists, J Nova, I saw her in Atlanta 3 or 4 years ago. She has a song, Time. And she's like, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, oh my God, that I have to make it before I'm 25. Yeah. And I'm like, the industry will tell you that shit. And be like, oh yeah, like, if you ain't 25, and like a part of me feels like the reason they say that is not because they can't sell you to a younger audience. It's not because they can't find your people, or you won't make a lot of money or anything, so you don't have longevity. That's all bullshit. Because I met Amp Fiddler a couple of years ago. He's like this artist from Detroit. He's been performing for years. This man is like in his 50s, 60s or something like that, and has a following. Like, they come out for this man. And I was like, you know, I don't see him in the mainstream. I don't see him, but they come out for this man. Yeah. They would tell you, like, yo, you can't make it past 25. And I think they say that it's because you're so naive when you're younger. Like, if I was doing this when I was younger and I had the music that I had then, like, up until now, God, I can only imagine what I've been doing. But I think about, like, how young and anxious I was and how insecure I was back then. Yeah. I'd have been willing to take anything. If I'd have got American Idol, I'd have been like, If I'd have got The Voice.
That's how people sign them deals, and 360 deals. And
American Idol, they lock you in for like a whole year and a half, 2 years, or something. It's like 5 years or some shit like that. And whatever song, like let's say you come up with an original song, like the She Bang that guy, whatever, those people, they own that shit. And I was like, hold up.
No.
I do that on a constant basis where I come up with stuff and I spit it out. I didn't realize how powerful that really is. And I'm like, I look at like there's some songwriters, like most songwriters do exactly what I do, which is kind of mumble and shit. But like they chose to be songwriters. I'm like,
until something comes.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, but it's powerful understanding that that's really writing and that's really you making music, and somebody could take that from you.
That's a fact.
You know, at 25, 24, 26. I mean, like
passion right from you.
And you don't even realize it. And it's something as simple as just like mumbling over a track. That's yours. That's a melody, bro. You own that.
I fully agree with you.
You know, so I mean, like, not understanding the business of it, I'm thankful that I didn't start until, you know, closer to 30. You know, I'm happy that I'm able to retain the information and really like understand it for myself. And then within those years of working in cover bands and hotels and stuff like that, I've learned how to operate other people's businesses, which gave me a better understanding of how to operate my own. Like, I still need some help, and I still need things done. There's so much to learn and so much to do, but understanding that I'm capable of doing it was half the battle. And now that I know I'm capable of doing, like I once I figured out like I can make a song, I'm like, I can't make a bad one. You know, like once I know I'm capable of doing something, it's like, all right, cool. Now I can do anything.
I agree.
You know, it's like once you find that spark of independence, it takes the toll over your whole life. You start looking at other aspects, like, all right, well, this person can't come in time, so how do I figure out how to do this? You know, like you're the master of every trade at this point, because you're like, I need to get it done no matter what. Let me figure it out. I designed my own logo. I was waiting for somebody else to do it. I was like, let me figure it out.
Right on YouTube. I'm a proponent of YouTube.
Yo,
YouTube is
teach everything.
That's a fact, bro.
It's like I compare it to the Matrix with the you know how Trinity learns how to fly a helicopter, and she plugs in the chip. It's like, and I compare.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, I compare it to the YouTube, but it's like, obviously it's not that fast in regards to processing, but like, I'm like, oh shit, you really can learn anything.
It's about having a healthy medium between your creative life and your work life. Because sometimes you need your work life to fund your creative life. Of course, so you gotta find that balance. You don't want to like overwork yourself and where you're killing your own dream. You know what I mean? Chasing the money when that money has to go back into your dream. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I this whole pandemic, I was like, I'm not going back to work. I was like, I just free fall. I was like, I'm not doing it. But I told myself I wasn't doing it until I finished setting up my craft. Until I could show myself that I can do it on command.
A lot of people don't realize, you said free fall, right? And the first thing that came to my mind is a trampoline. Like you falling, but before you hit the bottom, you're gonna bounce right back up. You know what I mean? So it's that leap of faith you gotta take sometimes, you know what I mean?
And it's scary as hell. I'll tell you that much. I'll be shaking. It's scary as hell. But then I go back and I listen to my music and I'm like, nah, you got this. You got this. Just hold on tight.
Yeah, man. Yo, it was dope having you on, though, bro. Like, you dropped a lot of gems. All your information is gonna be in bio.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? We're gonna definitely link up, shoot some videos.
That's for sure.
Yo, this guy right here is dope, son. You got any last messages for anybody? You know what I mean? Where they can follow you, drop your social media and everything like that.
Check out my website, jodnmusic.com. You can get the new merch. It's available now. And then find me on IG, Jodn Music. And I think the last thing I have to say is just, yo, shoot. Just keep shooting. Like, you ain't gonna miss. I promise you. Every shot that you thought you missed, you did not miss. Just keep shooting.
Everything gonna be linked in the bio. Y'all already know what to do. Yo, this Conversations with Nash. We out.
All right.
Yeah, that was dope, bro.